was that? Oh, hi, Kairos kids. How are you this Sunday morning? Have you ever been awakened by a sound in the middle of the night? Or maybe someone came in, mom or dad or brother or sister or friend, and said something to you and woke you up? Well, today we're going to hear a Bible story about a little boy who was awakened in the middle of the night because God was talking to him. First of all, let me give you a little background to our story. The story is about a little boy named Samuel, and Samuel's mother, Hannah, had prayed and prayed and prayed to God so that she would have a child, and God blessed her with Samuel. Well, Hannah had promised God that if he would give her a son, she would give the son back to God for service to him. And so after Samuel was big enough to be separated from her, Samuel went to live with the high priest at that time in Israel, and his name was Eli. Eli was an old man and had a couple sons of his own who were also priests, but they were really bad guys. And they were really mean to the people of Israel. Well, our story picks up after Samuel has gone to live with Eli, and they are both asleep, and it's the middle of the night. And here's what happens. This is from 1 Samuel 3, starting with verse 3. The lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was lying down in the house of the Lord where the ark of God was. Then the Lord called Samuel. Samuel answered, "Here I am." And he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." But Eli said, "I did not call you. Go back and lie down." So he went and lay down. Again, the Lord called, "Samuel." And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." "My son," Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." Now, Samuel did not yet know the Lord. The word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. A third time the Lord called, "Samuel." And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy. So Eli told Samuel, "Go and lie down, and if he calls you, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. The Lord came and stood there calling, as at the other times, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening." And the Lord said to Samuel, "See, I am about to do something in Israel that will make the ears of everyone who hears about it tingle." So God goes on to tell Samuel that there are going to be some really difficult things happen in Israel where they live, and that some of those are going to involve Eli's family. And so it's a little bit hard for Samuel to know these things because he really loves Eli. And so the next morning, Eli asks him about what the Lord had told him. And although Samuel felt bad, he was an honest boy, and he told Eli the truth. Well, I think it's so interesting because here Samuel was a little boy, and God was revealing things to him that were going to happen in the future. And Samuel actually became a great prophet, and he was what was called a judge, one of the leaders of Israel. And he went on to be a great man of God. Sometimes, as kids, it can feel like maybe we're not important in the world, that what we do or what we say or what we think might not matter. But Samuel is an example of how God called a little boy to tell him that he was going to use him in a mighty way. And Kairos kids, God is going to use each and every one of you in a mighty way for his purposes, if you'll just listen when he calls. Have a great day, Kairos kids. I'll see you next week.